The most important thing you can do as a software engineer starting a business is to push out a minimum viable product. And that is exactly what I did when I started my mentoring program. And I went as bare bones as possible. I didn't even make a landing page. You can see here that as a customer, you get all the information you need. You've got a description of what it is, how long it is, how much it costs, and you can select a date and a time. And if you follow that through, it'll take you to Stripe where you can use Apple Pay and be in and out within a couple of minutes. All that stands in your way is just answering a couple of questions so that I can get enough information to make sure that when we have that conversation, I can keep things on track. And this literally took me maybe 15-20 minutes to set up with a company, Cow.com, which I have no affiliation with. They're open source. It's a ridiculously good product for software engineers because it's free for individuals for pretty much unlimited use. And it only really starts getting expensive when you get big enough to expand to a team, which was perfect for me. Now, the big pitfall here that you'll get caught up with is, as a software engineer, we know how to write code. We know how to build things. And it's so natural to quickly get excited and want to get the golden toilet. The first thing I did was obviously I looked up what's a booking system, and I came across this company called Calendly, where they do exactly the same thing as Cow.com, except most of their functionality is behind a paywall, which $10 a month might not sound that much, but when you're starting out, expenses can pile up pretty fast, and you don't really want to be running net negative trying to find out if your business idea is really that good. So I thought, okay, well, this isn't something that I want to pay for. I'll just build a calendar app from scratch. And this took me down the landing page. What makes a good business? Oh, it's got to have a fantastic landing page. It's got to have a custom calendar booking system so that I can fine tune it to however I want. But all that really happened is that I got a couple of weeks in and I still wasn't able to give a link to my subscribers to give them the service that I know that they were asking for. And so we come full circle. This is why I went with something open source, completely free, that served my needs. It meant that I could quickly put a link in my YouTube. And that meant I actually straight away started seeing people trickle into the site. And it wasn't long before I started making my first sales. Well, okay, now that I know that people are actually interested and this is worth putting my time into, I can actually start looking at these things. But the point I really want to drive here is that this could have gone the complete opposite direction. I could have spent weeks building my landing page, building my calendar app, and put it up and not got a single sale. The reason that I've gone for this really minimalist solution is because, well, now I know it's worth putting time into because it is making money. So now that it's making money, what do you do next once you've got your MVP out? Well, exactly what I was saying just now. My next level to my MVP is, yeah, it should probably have a landing page so that the person can get a little bit more information than just a paragraph here and whatever they see me advertise. So I tried to hold on to this mindset of, okay, maybe it'd be overkill to code this from scratch. But so I used a website builder that GoDaddy provides. And I built something actually that I'm quite happy with. This is pretty much what I would want it to look like, except with some testimonials in there. And I'm already paying for a domain with them, so I thought, oh, it makes sense to keep it all under one house. But here's the catch. Yeah, again, GoDaddy, to get rid of that horrible little tag that you saw back there at the top of the website, wants a monthly bill, which I think is just completely superfluous. I don't need to be paying it the same way I didn't have to be paying Calendly anything. There should be a good alternative. So again, I shopped around, saw what was possible, and I've landed on Vercel, and I want to quickly tell you why I'm going to go down this route. So for those of you who don't know me, when I'm not mentoring or doing content creation, I'm a full-time desktop developer, but my company is actually interested at the minute in building some web applications. So I thought, what a better opportunity than to use something that is known for being fast to put together and get me some exposure to JavaScript. And when I had a look at their pricing, their hobby tier, which is, again, completely free and I can integrate with my domain that I already own with GoDaddy, is more than enough for what I need to just have the 5 to 10 people I have a day click on my link. So how do we decide what step 3 is? Well, I've said, step 1, build your MVP. Step 2, validate that it works. Get it out there. If it doesn't, then you're simply just going to go back to step 1, right? Start again, try something new. It doesn't hurt. It only took you half an hour to get it up. But if you do find that it works, we're in the world of software engineering now. It's, okay, right, let's think of features that we can add that we think will provide value and start expanding. So why have I elected to do a website when, you know, I could be working on the content that I provide in my mentoring or adding new services that serve different types of clients? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. It's because I'm excited about building something in a tech stack that I haven't tried before. The problem with having these like side hustle businesses where whether it's your SaaS product, a service, or a course that you're trying to build is that people burn out quickly, and it suddenly becomes that not only are you having to work your 9 to 5, but you're then dreading the thing that you have to build at the end of the day. You have to sprinkle in things that you enjoy. I've already seen a little bit of success in this because, yay, my MVP is making sales. So a natural next step is, okay, what can I do to, you know, expand the business? Well, I'm ticking 3 boxes at once. Building this landing page is 1, something I'm excited to do, so I'm doing something that I enjoy. 2, it should help me expand the business because it should increase the conversion of people who click to people who buy. And 3, it also happens to help with my career because, like I said, my business is currently looking at maybe doing a web app. I'm sure that there probably is a feature that I could add to this thing that maybe would drive a lot more sales or maybe somehow improve the workflow so that it fits in better with the other things that I'm doing outside of this work. But the main thing is if I burn out and stop doing it, then what's the point. Fundamentally, the thing that excites me about mentoring is the actual act of mentoring, getting to talk to people with really interesting problems and solving them with them. Anything around that really is just more work. So if I can make the work enjoyable, then it's worth doing. Now, this is going to be the first episode of a little series that I'm going to do where I'll actually walk you through what my approach to dealing with a completely new tech stack, the decisions that I'm making in terms of architecture, and how I'm going to make it a viable business. So if you click subscribe, you can follow along, but if you don't want to wait for the next video, and you haven't yet started building something on the side, whether again it's a service, product, or whatever it is that takes your fancy, I've got a video here on maybe why that's what you should be pushing for instead of your next pay rise at your job or promotion or whatever it is that you're gunning for. So I hope that video helps. Cheers.